this is Aaron Ryanpin. I just want to thank you for joining me on this video today. I hope it inspires you, it builds hope, and it also gives you a perspective and knowledge of who God really is. Enjoy. I just want to talk to you about two different passages today from the book of Hosea. One will be from chapter 2 and the other will be from chapter 5. So chapter 2, verse 14 and 15. Therefore, behold, I will allure her. I will bring her into the wilderness and speak comfort to her. I will give her vineyards from there, and the valley of Achor as a door of hope. She shall sing there as in the days of her youth, as in the day when she came up from the land of Egypt. In chapter 5, verse 15, the last part. In their affliction, they will earnestly seek me. So before we get into this, I just wanted to share with you a little experience that I went through just this last December of 2018. It's a little personal to me, so I'm gonna just go ahead and be real vulnerable with you. So just a couple months earlier to that, I met this girl, and I ended up thinking that I would spend the rest of my life with this person due to a series of events and due to a series of stuff that happened around me, which led me to that conclusion. But when it came to the point of that decision, and when it didn't work out, it left me devastated, it left me broken, it made me question God in the place of hurt and brokenness. I'm like, God, where are you? If you love me, if you said you cared about me, how could you let something like this happen to me? And so when I began to earnestly seek God out of my brokenness and out of my pain, I remember Him speaking to me through this verse in Hosea that I just read with you. And it made me ponder, it made me think, what if God allowed you to go through that pain? What if God allowed you to go through the death of a loved one? What if God allowed you to go through a financial breakdown just so He could catch you in the place of brokenness and that He could speak to you, that He could comfort you, that He could restore you, that He could strengthen you for the season that is about to come? Like in Hosea chapter 2, it tells me that He led her into the wilderness to speak to her and to comfort her. And so what if God allowed you to go through whatever you went through just so He could speak to you? He could meet you in that place of brokenness, and that He could comfort you, and that He could restore you, and that He could strengthen you for what He had in store for you next. Because it says that in their affliction that they will earnestly seek me. And so that was the thing that happened to me. And let me just put it out there that what I went through is probably nothing compared to what some of you have been through that are watching this video right now. But I understand, I can sympathize because I've been through it. I understand what pain it is. I understand what it is to feel lonely and broken and devastated and like, God, where are you? And that brought me down to this thought of, what if it was not about my question of, God, where are you? Or how could you let this happen to me if you cared about me? And don't get me wrong, it's okay to question God, there's nothing wrong, but here, let me help you to save some time with the questioning, and let me put this food for thought. What if it was not about my questioning of, God, where are you, or how could you let this happen to me, but what if it was about me positioning my heart, positioning myself in this posture of listening to what He has to say to me in the midst of my pain, in the midst of my brokenness, in the midst of devastation? And so when I began to earnestly seek and position my heart and myself to listen, God met me where I was at. God spoke to me, and that changed my entire life. Listen, I feel you don't have to be a Christian to hear from God. Right now, if you're not a Christian and you're listening to this right now, I want to challenge you to, after this video is done, that you would go spend some time sitting there earnestly and asking God, God, if you're real, speak to me. I'm broken, I'm lost, I'm hurting, and trust me, like I did when I persistently began to do that, when I earnestly seek God, He met me where I was, and I believe and I know that He will do the same for you. So that was food for thought. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment in the sections below. I would love to hear from you. God bless you.